YouTube, what's up with it, man? It's your boy Lahim, back with another video today. And for the topic of the discussion today, we'll be talking on why comparison is the thief of joy and why you shouldn't be comparing yourself to anybody else in this life. So, one thing is, listen, if you sit and you compare yourself to other people who are doing better than you, it's gonna literally like set you back then, like, cause I could sit around and compare myself to the biggest streamers and rappers and all type of shit all day long, and me doing that, it won't take me nowhere. The only thing that'll do is just set me back and to make me doubt myself even more, or that could motivate me to do more and be more productive in my life, and and really work harder to achieve my biggest dreams and stuff. But for most people, when they compare themselves to other people that they see doing better than them, it pretty much always causes self-doubt to arise. And the reason why that is because, if we're gonna be honest, a lot of people don't really believe in themselves, Self-confidence comes with a lot of things, but comparing yourself to other people and what they have done in life, it can literally take you down a really bad route, because that can cause depression, it can cause all type of things. But say for instance, instead of comparing yourself or your situation to like someone else's situation, you would just look at it and see, like, say if you got somebody who like you look up to and you like what they're doing in life and you want to be in a similar position as them, instead of comparing yourself, you could just look at them and take that as motivation. But when you sit and you compare yourself to other people, it really leads to like negative thoughts, and it just leads to a different type of path that you just don't want to take. Like, you ever see a streamer or like a big time YouTuber buy a house, or like they get a nice car or something like that, and then you look at your life and you kind of think like, damn, what am I doing? Like, oh, am I not good enough? Or like, oh, will I ever get there? Will I ever get this? Oh, I might not ever get that. You start having those type thoughts and shit like that. Like, and that shit ain't healthy at all. You do not ever want to have those type thoughts, because in this life, something that I've learned is that your thoughts and the way that you think will genuinely affect your life and where you end up at. Like, if you always thinking about negativity and stuff, you're gonna always see negative things in your life. And that's something that I learned, when I was living with my grandma, because I used to have a lot of negative thoughts, and like it like at a certain point it do get kind of hard to like control that. My bad, y'all. I do come on here. Need to get better at it though. But man, so having negative thoughts is so not good, because it'll literally spew out into your life and you'll see it. So say if you always mad, you wake up angry, if you're always thinking about fighting, you gonna see yourself fighting people. Like, it's just gonna happen. Like, I had that experience in my life. I noticed that, like, if you keep yourself in a certain type of frequency or vibration, it'll radiate, and other people will see that, and it's not hard to see it. So you don't want to take that road. You don't want to compare yourself to whoever. You don't want to compare yourself to nobody, gang. You are your own person. Everybody's different. Everybody's unique. If you see anything that like interests you, like a nice car, a big house, or a certain type of lifestyle that you want to live, the best thing that you could do is genuinely like envision yourself living a lifestyle, or envision yourself driving a nice car, or envisioning yourself living in that big mansion. You know, having and then not only envisioning yourself in those type of environments, doing those type of things, but also talking to yourself, like, you know, waking up saying that, you know, one day you're gonna get it, or that you already have it. Because that's something I used to do. I used to, like, before I got my car, I would be like, I'm so grateful that I got a car and that I bought a car. You know, I would be having those type thoughts throughout the day on a regular day basis. And it's really not hard to do that. Like, that shit can take like a minute per day to do. You know, you just wake up, have those thoughts in your mind, say, like, you wake up and be like, I'm so grateful that I got a car. I'm so grateful that I got my own crib. I'm grateful that I'm rich. I'm glad I make this amount of money per month. You can just literally have those thoughts, and that itself will radiate throughout your life. That's something I noticed though. And I'm still working on it, you know, to get me in a higher position in life. But as far as achieving certain things, me keeping a positive mindset and not like, because it's easy to look at my apartment and then look at someone else, like a streamer in a high-rise, you know, luxury apartment, and then, you know, I can easily just start feeling down, or like feeling that like, oh, you know, I could have done way much better or something like that, or just, you know, just having negative thoughts in general. Like, it's so easy to have negative thoughts when you start comparing yourself to other people. So it's genuinely like not healthy. Like, you know, and then instead of taking all that time comparing yourself to someone else and what they have done in their life, you can use that time to, you know, spew out positive affirmations, you know, and things of that nature, you know. Comparison also, like, is like kind of similar to like jealousy if you think about it. Because if you really compare yourself to somebody or to somebody else's situation long enough, and you low key have like the wrong type of mindset, it can low key start to form into some jealousy. So like, comparing yourself to anybody in any type of way is just like not the way to go about it. You know, and as far as my experience with comparison, I honestly don't compare myself to nobody, to be honest. Actually, I do, like, subconsciously, but like not like not often, you know. So I don't really think in that type of manner. Me personally, I think about where I want to be at in the future, and then I look at people who are in similar positions that I want to be in the future, and I just look at what they do, you know. If they doing something that I think that I could do, or they're like, you know, something that I think that I could achieve, you know, I take that as inspiration instead of comparing myself. And because if you compare yourself long enough, I kid you not, you will literally be depressed. Literally, like, you will literally be stuck in your thoughts, depressed about some shit, and you don't want to do that, because that could be a tough hole to get out of. Like, literally, like, it could take some time to genuinely like change your mindset. Because, like, for instance, I used to like think negative a lot when I was living with my grandma, because of the environment. It wasn't all that bad, but me, I love my space, and it was just something about it. But like, I would constantly just think, I would have negative thoughts, you know, and it spewed out, and I could see that, you know. And it wasn't until I like started training myself to like have different thoughts and to think more positive about everything, then I started to, like, you know, actually see change in my life, and started to genuinely see things going into a different direction. But yeah, comparison, you don't want to do that. You want to stay far away from comparing yourself to anybody in any type of way, unless like you can control your thoughts and control, like, you know, because like comparison is not always bad. Like I can compare myself to like someone and be like, okay, I'm here, but I see where they at, and I want to get to that point. That I just compare myself, and I'm like, okay, there's a few things that I could be doing better. You get what I'm saying? Like you could take like inspiration. You could just see what you're doing and what you need to improve on from that comparison, instead of like comparing yourself in a way to where it's like it'll bring about negative thoughts and emotions and shit like that, because that could really slow you down on your path of achieving whatever you want to achieve. Or like, say if you want to just live a better life, man, comparison could really like fuck you up. I ain't gonna lie. So you want to stay far away from comparing yourself to anybody, unless it's like in a manner to where you're like low-key like scanning for things that you can improve on. Like say for instance, one of my favorite vloggers, like Quan, I see that he is consistent and he posts very high quality and good vlogs. Now I'm looking at myself, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm posting these vids, giving advice to the people and certain things of that nature, but I could be doing way much more. But at the same time, if I was in a mindset where I'm steady comparing myself to people in the wrong manner, I would take that and I would look at it as if, damn, do I ever think I'll be able to make those type of vlogs? Like, am I capable of even being that type of person? Like, you have thoughts like that to where it'll literally limit your future ability to do that. If you want to do that, if you want to be a vlogger and you compare yourself to a very successful vlogger and you like start having negative thoughts about it, that can literally hold you back. So that's why you don't want to compare yourself to anybody in a negative manner. You want to, if anything, just look at what people are doing. You want to take as much inspiration from what they're doing and what they achieved, and literally just view yourself achieving a lot of high things, a lot of things that like you probably didn't never think that you could achieve. Like buying a very expensive car, like a BMW or some shit. The average person probably don't think they probably don't think that they can do that. You wanna know why? Just because they always comparing themselves. You know, they see themselves making so much less money per month than, let's say, someone who they probably look up to on the internet, and they just, all the self-doubt just come in because they keep comparing themselves in the same way. It's literally all about your mentality. Man. If you can stay positive, if you can stay strong mentally and keep pushing and genuinely see yourself in a better position over a certain amount of time, you most likely will be in a better position. I can speak from that from experience because I'm in a better position now after a while of having very positive thoughts and just keep pushing forward. So that's what I got for today's vid, man. Stay far away from comparison and, man, just do your best to like push forward and think positive. Because from thinking positive and putting hard work to whatever goals you want in life, the only thing that's gonna come out of that is more positive things, and you leveling up in life, you progressing more towards what you want in life. That's all that's gonna come out of that. It ain't gonna be a lot of negative things coming from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, towards, let's say for instance, if you just compare yourself and you just steady thinking negative thoughts, only negative things can come from that. So that's all I got for y'all for today's vid, man. Stay positive, man. Stay in a positive mindset. Keep going towards your goals and everything. And, man, it's going to be a good year for us, man. In the year 2026, we grinding, man. We staying focused. Yeah, man. I'm going to see y'all in the next video, man. Peace out.
I'm awake now, I can finally show you love. Brandon Drake's out, since he said you like it rough. I got fame now, I can finally turn you up. Rick, Lindsay, Jella, Rick, Lindsay, Jella, Rick, Lindsay, Jella, Rick, Lindsay, Jella. She wants me, won't get off my body. Girl, go find a hobby. Why the fuck you going on about me? She keep on begging to get me sloppy. Then she go back to her nigga probably. Red, legacy, jello. Red,